My name's Tracy Keep. I work for Arthur J Gallagher Insurance Brokers. My role is to look after clients and their insurance requirements for corporate clients in all different business sectors. I look after how their insurance works out and also the risk management on those to make sure that they reduce their claims wherever possible, which then in turn reduces the premium that they have to pay. One of the areas that we look at is on the motor fleet side of things, where the premiums can be directly reduced if you can manage the claims. And looking at how you can manage the claims is a really important way of managing the risk overall. To help me with this, I was introduced to Steve Tams of Driving Down Risk by one of my colleagues and spoke to him and found that their solution is actually very unique and really good way of looking at how you manage accidents and therefore claims on the motor fleet. So I met up with Steve and we were looking at a really bespoke programme that helped our drivers to understand why they have the accidents and what causes them, and to a degree how they can actually influence that themselves. The beauty about Steve was that he was prepared to work on a very flexible basis and look at a programme that was unique to our client in particular, and that also we could use in conjunction with Steve to draw on the elements that we wanted to concentrate on. To understand why people drive in the way they do and how they can actually influence those claims and manage the fact that they can have less accidents, and that is really something that is in their control to a very large degree. Steve and I put together a bespoke programme which was designed with the client's particular needs in mind. We arranged a seminar for their drivers to come along at their own premises, and we put together a presentation. I introduced it to start off with, looking at why we're here and to get over some of the misconceptions that some of the drivers might have had, and really to understand why we're here, what are we doing, and why it actually was important to them. Steve then continued that with understanding and getting the clients to discuss how they drive and why they drive in the way they do, and looking at the ways that they were probably thinking, well, so why does everybody else on the road get it so badly wrong, and I'm driving perfectly all right and it's always the other people, and really getting them to understand the behavioural side of things rather than just a traditional driving, which is how to drive, how to keep your distance and everything, which I think we've all had, and they don't really have that much impact. The client initially was a little bit sceptical, and most of the people coming into the room initially were thinking, oh no, not another driver training seminar. But actually it was very well received, the feedback was fantastic, and they were all very pleasantly surprised that it was nothing like they were expecting when they first came into the room. I think the really important thing to bear in mind is it's not just about the claims and the premiums and keeping the cost down to a minimum, but obviously it's reputational issues, the cost of potential corporate manslaughter from the directors of the company, and a whole host of other areas where we can take a lot of management time to sort out claims, the kind of upset and problems with the human element of things, where obviously friends, families, work colleagues all suffer because of a serious injury to one of the people that they work with. And also really looking at it from a positive point of view, and that was the thing that Steve was really good at. It wasn't just you mustn't do this, you mustn't do that. It was more about encouraging people to look at things in a different way and to kind of have a positive impact on how they drive, and considering other people on the road and also what they might be feeling at that moment in time. I think really to sum it up, to kind of say whether I would recommend Steve or not, I think it really says it all, because this particular client has asked us to run some more seminars for other drivers that weren't able to attend the first round, and that's how positively they view it. They think it was a really worthwhile event. The feedback from all of the people, even the ones who were really sceptical when they first came in, was that it was a really worthwhile event. It was very thought-provoking and would certainly give them food for thought when they're driving in the future.